Now I have purchased my new to me Porsche 911. If you've not seen my previous video, it's a 2004 Carrera 2, one of the first 997.1 shape versions. Before I make the 6-hour journey to collect the car tomorrow, I have a couple of important things to sort out, such as car insurance and car tax. Although I've not collected the Porsche 911 yet, I have paid for it and the ownership has been transferred into my name, and we have completed the number plate transfer as well. The car tax for this car can either be paid monthly, 6 monthly or annually in the UK. Cars registered in the UK between March 2001 and April 2017, which this is, are split into 17 bands, A through to M. These bands are determined by the CO2 output emissions of the vehicle. My Porsche 911 Carrera 2 is in band K, and the annual cost to tax this car so it can be used on the UK roads is £415. You are charged a premium if you opt to pay monthly or 6 monthly. I was thinking of having the vehicle sawn for a couple of months. This is where you don't have to pay the tax, but it's kept off the road. But I felt that now the snow has all gone, and I might just get some great opportunities to take the car out. I'm itching to take it out. So the next thing to sort was the car insurance. These days I simply go to one of the comparison sites. This time I use Compare the Market. At 53 years old with no accidents, I was hoping the recent massive insurance jump costs that have heard so much about were not going to hit me or affect me that badly. It crossed my mind that maybe I should have considered this prior to purchase, but hey, the Compare the Market system is easy enough to complete. I was a returning user, so once logged in, most of my details were pre-filled and I only needed to check and confirm details as I went along. I've added my wife to the policy as well. Not that she ever drives my sports cars, but if needed, you never know, where I drive to the pub, she might want to share the driving. We are then covered. Incidentally, it always seems to lower the price by adding her to the policy. Another option that I always select is adding business use opposed to being just social, domestic and pleasure use. The reason I add this is should I need to go on multiple places of business, I can take the Porsche with me, no issues. It's highly unlikely that this is going to be the case, but when I've changed the criteria in the search to social, domestic and pleasure only, the price doesn't seem to change for me. I suppose that depends on what type of work or industry you're involved with. I selected 9,000 miles in total for the year as my mileage, which I estimate should be about right, all being well. I added a £350 voluntary excess. Should I be unlucky enough to have an accident, I have this along with the standard excess. This takes my excess to around £1,000 by adding the voluntary excess. This can reduce the overall annual premium as well doing this. I also ticked that I require motor legal cover and personal accident cover to be included. Now it was time to hit that button and see what offers came back. As you can see, the cost that came back at what I would consider to be very low rates, from only £240 fully comprehensive for the next 12 months. That's just amazing. Obviously I needed to look through the details of the first few to make sure they were offering me what I actually wanted and needed. Looking through the results, I wanted to make sure that the ones that had made my shortlist included cover for the windscreen and coverage for the use of the car abroad in Europe in particular. Having had a second car over the past few years, I do have 4 years no claim discount. I should have more, but for some reason one of the renewals over the years seems to have dropped some of the years off, and I'd not noticed this until now. Slightly frustrating, as that probably could have reduced the cost further. Having selected the insurance proposal that I thought would be the perfect fit me at a price that was £255.80, I am then taken through to the website to confirm the details and make the transaction. At this point, I'm offered a few upgrades, things like car hire, replacement key cover, and a few other things I won't need and don't want, so I selected that I did not want those options. I did consider the car hire cover, but I read the details and it was for a vehicle with a maximum 1 litre engine. I'm sure if something hit the pan, I could find something a little bit more interesting to drive than that. One thing I will need that was offered is breakdown cover, and not just for the UK but across Europe. The price I was offered was less than I found searching for standalone cover, so I selected this option for £82, which I thought was a good deal. It is at this point I noticed the price jumped dramatically. The total cost is now £542.12. So knock off the breakdown cover of £82 and the £255.80 has jumped to £460.12. That's a jump of £204.32. So I thought I'd go back and select another one. The same thing happened, jumped up in price. Now I know this is not normal. Well, it was not previously anyway when I'd used the system. I make my way back to the insurance I had selected initially at £460.12 plus the breakdown cover. I still feel that is a perfectly acceptable price, and I assume there must have been a blip in the system as all of the other costs were, the other suggestions were jumping up in the process at that point on the insurance system. I can now, tomorrow morning, head over and collect the car knowing my car tax and insurance are all sorted. Have you had any issues insuring your Porsche? Do your prices jump up from the quote to the purchase like mine did? Do you have a go-to insurer that I should have gone to? I'd love to hear from you in the comments and let me know. Thank you for getting this far in the video. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Hit that like button and share to like-minded others who you think might actually like my videos. I was told off the other day for sharing my videos to a Facebook group because I shared my video on it. Apparently self-promotion is not allowed on many Facebook pages, but others can share to it. Anyway, they gave me a temporary ban because I had the audacity to question them blocking my post. Some small channels like mine really do struggle to get new viewers and new subscribers, and everything you can do to help is really appreciated. I look forward to bringing lots of new videos to this channel with my new to me Porsche 911 being heavily featured and my trips aboard with it. Until the next video, JP out. I have just had delivered this fabulous original sales brochure for my model Porsche 911. It's original hardback Porsche 911 997.1 sales particulars that goes into the detail of the vehicle I've just purchased. I can't believe somebody kept this mint for the last 20 years. I saw it listed on eBay and thought I want to have that with my car. I cannot wait to have a read through this evening, obviously in between responding to your comments. That's all very exciting for me at the moment. It's absolutely fabulous. Anyway, is that the time? I'm gonna have to dash.